It's true, we've done a lot of proactive work on the national level since this crisis began, but so many of our local chapters have led by example too, refusing to let the global pandemic get in the way of accomplishing SkillsUSA's mission. I can't put into words how inspiring those stories have been to all of us as we've written about them and shared them. There's a TV production chapter from Tulsa Tech Riverside campus in Oklahoma that won a $1,500 work-based learning video competition. Instead of keeping that money entirely for themselves, they used half of it to purchase blankets and socks for a winter community service drive. To top it off, they also collected 100 coats for their local Coats for Kids initiative. There's a chapter from Rockland Board of Cooperative Educational Services in Nyack, New York, that used their skills to prepare a donation of 838 pounds of food valued at nearly $2,500, then delivered that food to a local community shelter. There's the SkillsUSA chapter at the Academies of Antelope Valley in Quartz Hill, California, that came up with a unique way to keep their student-to-student mentoring program alive in a virtual environment. They actually used an educational program they developed called Science Craft, which is based on Minecraft, to help more than 100 elementary and middle school students explore potential career pathways. There are so many other examples that I could cite, and it fills me with incredible pride to be part of an organization where that type of life-changing work is taking place. I hope that you feel the same pride in the organization that you're helping to shape right now as part of this delegate session. So yes, it was a challenging year for all of us, but it was also a great and empowering year because it gave us the opportunity to prove to the nation and to each other that the essential elements of the SkillsUSA framework we all champion aren't just words. They're part of who we are as people, both personally and professionally. Together, we've accomplished great things this year, but as I join you here today, it's more clear to me than ever that the best is yet to come. And that includes some exciting breaking news. If you haven't heard already, we will be hosting annual Washington Leadership Training Institute in person this September. No screens, no Zoom, no mute buttons, just SkillsUSA students from across the nation in one location together. I know we'll look forward to that and many more in-person moments in the weeks and months to come as we prepare for the 2022 National Conference in Atlanta next June. In the meantime, thank you for what you've done. Thank you for the work that you're doing here in this delegate session today. And thank you for the great work that I know that you will be doing in the future. I am very proud to lead this great organization, and I hope that you are proud to be a member of SkillsUSA as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Travis, for the State of the Association. As mentioned in the address, SkillsUSA will be launching student work groups during the 2021-2022 year. These work groups include communications and marketing, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and member engagement. If you are interested in serving on a work group, you must be a SkillsUSA member in good standing in the 2021-2022 year and be available to meet virtually multiple times throughout the year. To sign up for a work group, a link has been dropped in the chat to learn more about each committee and how to join. Please read over the requirements for a work group you wish to serve on before applying. We will be in touch in the following weeks on work group meetings. The deadline to sign up for a work group will be next Wednesday, June 30th. The next order of business is the Treasurer's Report. Madam Treasurer.
The 2021 SkillsUSA Annual Report highlights include SkillsUSA finding a home in 12,187 classrooms that encompasses our 232,012 paid members. Since starting in 1965, we've reached 13.5 million students. And one of my personal favorites, Even in the midst of a global pandemic, we've been able to engage thousands of students through virtual programming in the past year. Mr. President,
this afternoon, you've already had the opportunity to meet next year's national officer candidates. These are the members that want to represent you for this coming school year, while meeting with business and industry, educational leaders, and our nation's political figures. These members must embody what SkillsUSA is and how it influences the lives of its members. Article 5 of the high school bylaws read, Section 1, the national officers of SkillsUSA High School Division will be a slate of 5 elected at large. Additionally, there will be 5 regional officers elected from the region in which they reside and elected by the House of Delegates. Section 2, national officers shall be elected by the House of Delegates at each annual national meeting and shall serve from August 1st through July 31st. Section 3, a student elected to a national office must remain in active membership status until the completion of their term as officers. Section 4, during the period between national officer elections and training, vacancies in any national office shall be appointed by the president of the board of directors. If a national officer-elect fails to attend national officer training, the officer will forfeit the privileges of being a national officer for that year. Replacements for national offices will continue to follow the National Officer Program Guide, but only before officer training. Vacancies occurring after national officer training will not be filled. Be mindful when considering who you want to elect, as there are vigorous responsibilities that come with being a SkillsUSA national officer. This new team will represent you, the members of SkillsUSA, and devotes themselves to serving our organization to the best of their ability. So be sure to choose wisely. Please remember that your vote is also by choice, and you can choose whether or not to vote for a candidate. As to be elected to national office, a candidate must receive the majority of votes cast. We will now proceed with the problematic questions for our national officer candidates. We will take a brief pause while all candidates are moved to the Zoom waiting room. We will now have candidates answer the problematic question, beginning with Caroline Daly from Florida.
Hi, Caroline. Please unmute yourself. How would you describe the value and benefit of joining SkillsUSA to a potential new member?
SkillsUSA is an organization that allows for personal growth. I know from experience that SkillsUSA is the perfect opportunity and resource to do that. When I was a freshman, I was lacking in confidence and I was shy in general, struggled with conversations, but SkillsUSA was the thing I joined that let me have that personal growth that I really needed to excel in life, in industry and professionally. I owe a lot to it. So if you wanted to join, it'd be a great opportunity for you to grow in any field. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. The next candidate is Noe Garcia from Arizona.
Hi, Noe. Please unmute. Oh, you got it. Perfect. How would you describe the value and benefit of joining SkillsUSA to a potential new member?
Well, it was described to me very simply when I was a freshman. The first thing that someone said to me, they were in SkillsUSA, they said, "Do you want a job?" And being a young little freshman, I told them, yes, of course I want a job. Of course I want to work. And so they went back and forth with me. They then asked, okay, what kind of job would you like? And being a young freshman, I said, I don't know what kind of job I'd like. And we kind of went on and on like that until finally they asked me, do you wish you would help getting a job? And I said, of course, yes, of course I would love help to get a job. Why not? And they explained to me, well, there's a place where you can network yourself, you can meet other people, you can compete in different competitions to help you learn job skills. I asked them, okay, well, is it a club? Is it a organization? And they introduced me to SkillsUSA.
Thank you, Noe. The next candidate is Lindsay Landman from Texas.
How would you describe the value and benefit of joining SkillsUSA to a potential new member?
Hi, my name is Lindsay Landman, and I want to be a part of your next National Officer team. If I were to describe the value and benefit of joining SkillsUSA, I would explain to the student or other person how SkillsUSA has impacted me within my own technical career aspect and within my personal life, becoming a leader and bettering my professional skills. Thank you. My name is Lindsay Landman, and I want to be a part of your next National Officer team.
Thank you, Lindsay. The next candidate is Cody Douglas from Massachusetts.
How would you describe the value and benefit of joining SkillsUSA to a potential new member?
I would describe the value and benefit of joining SkillsUSA to a potential member by describing how much they can grow and experience and all of the opportunities that this organization has to offer. This organization offers so many opportunities to grow and become a career-ready professional. And so I would really highlight how they can expand upon their success in their future career and technical industry, as well as a person in the industry that of their choice and as a skilled member.
Thank you, Cody.
you.
The next candidate is Ambuja Sharma from Georgia.
Hi, Ambuja.
Hey.
How would you describe the value and benefit of joining SkillsUSA to a potential new member?
That's a great question. So the first thing for me is I would tell them that joining SkillsUSA is the greatest decision you will make in your high school career. I think that the value within SkillsUSA lies in the community and family you build in SkillsUSA. So even right now, as I'm speaking to delegates, this is a community that we built that you can get by simply joining. So by emphasizing the values of community that SkillsUSA gives, as well as the career skills it gives within that community, that's the way I would describe the value of SkillsUSA to a new member.
Thank you, Ambuja. Thank you to all of our national officer candidates. Mr. Secretary.
On behalf of the 2020-2021 national officers, we would like to thank each of you for your time as delegates and your dedication to SkillsUSA. It is because of you that we are able to make the much needed changes to improve our organization. As members of SkillsUSA, I encourage you all to submit motions for the following year so we can continue to grow and adapt with changing times. As Albert Einstein once said, the world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. We cannot change it without changing our thinking. Mr. President.
The next item of the agenda is the review of voting procedures. Madam Parliamentarian.
When considering who you want to elect as your next national officers, please keep in mind that there are tremendous responsibilities and commitments that come along with being a SkillsUSA national officer. This year, due to the number of candidates, national voting delegates are allotted 5 at-large votes. However, you are not required to place all allotted votes, as each candidate must receive the majority of votes cast. Vote for the people who have earned your vote and embody the qualities of a SkillsUSA national officer. Voting will be done electronically utilizing the unique coding sent to your email yesterday. Use your computer or smartphone to access the website. Voting will remain open for 2 hours. If you have any questions, please reach out to Tyler Chapin, Program Manager. His contact information has just been dropped in the chat. You will enter your unique code into the website linked in the Zoom chat. Once you have entered the code, you will be able to place your votes. Select up to 5 names of the at-large candidates you wish to vote for and press the button to submit your vote. Mr. President.
The announcement of the 2021-2022 SkillsUSA National Officers will be made during the SkillsUSA National Leadership and Skills Conference Awards and Recognition session, beginning at 3:30 Eastern. The National Officer announcement will take place during segment 2 of the session, and the National Officer installation will take place during segment 3. Before we conclude today's session, please take a quick moment to fill out our delegate survey using the link in our chat. I now declare the High School Delegate Assembly Business Meeting for 2021 adjourned. The link to vote will be left in the chat for 5 more minutes. As a reminder, voting will end in 2 hours. After 5 minutes, we will end the Zoom meeting. So please click the link now. Thank you for being a voting delegate. Good night.